I really want to look at why you stay in their psyche long after the relationship is over. They don't like this, that you were never going to leave because they couldn't actually live without you. Another thing you've got to remember is that narcissists don't attach to people. But then, okay, what this does do is it gives them the confidence. The truth here is that narcissists don't move on, they replace. My friends, and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video today, I really want to look at why narcissists find it really difficult to move on after you. Now you're probably thinking, Anushka, how can you actually say something like this? Because mine has actually moved on. They're with someone new and they're doing their life. Okay, granted, maybe they are. Maybe that is what is happening. But I want to talk about the attachment issue that narcissists have. Might look like they have moved on, but that doesn't mean that they have. It might look like it. Where's your proof? How do you know? Social media smiles, sudden happiness, news supply, sudden happiness, all of that might maybe make you think that. The key truth here is that narcissists don't move on, they replace. And that is the difference. And that is what you need to understand. They don't move on, they replace. I really want to look at why you stay in their psyche long after the relationship is over. So, my friends, we've got a lot to cover in this video. We've got a lot to talk about today. Okay, so let's get into it. One thing that I want you to know is that you weren't just a partner. You were a regulation system. And what I mean by that, you provided stability, you provided validation, you also provided nervous system calming. And what you also provided, okay, is compassion, understanding, the time to listen to their issues, the time to want to even help them work out their issues. That's what you did. So please don't underestimate who you were and what you meant to the narcissist or this evil person that you knew. So when you have such presence in someone's life, okay, and they make you feel like you're not good enough or you're nothing, okay, that is something. You see, the reason why they made you feel like you are nothing is so that basically you don't leave, you don't go, because they couldn't actually live without you, believe it or not. They couldn't actually do that. So when they lose you, there's this internal chaos. They can't cope. This is too much. But one thing that, and I think let's take this back a little bit, right? When someone is really focused on wanting validation, wanting their needs met, this places an external value on another person. Okay, something that a narcissist cannot do for themselves, they look for another person to do that for them. This is why you have the charm, the love bombing right at the beginning, is to basically make you stay, to basically make you believe that this person is the most amazing person that you have ever met. They want you to stay. They don't actually want you to go, even though throughout the relationship, like you think that they don't want you, that it's really hard to stay in this dynamic. And it is really hard. But you see, the thing is, this person needs you. Okay, they need your validation. And what you did for this person, okay, because they knew they had all of those needs met, they were good, they were all right, they were on cloud nine. But then, okay, what this does do is it gives them the confidence. This is why they're able to venture out, maybe flirt with other people, talk to other people, get validation from elsewhere. So it's not like they don't need you, they really need you. They need you to be there, a stable person, whenever they need to call upon you, because then that gives you grounding, that gives you stability. All right, when you've got that, that gives you the confidence then to go and pursue other ventures. Think about it, right? you gave them all of that, then they don't need to worry about securing some kind of like supply. They don't need to worry about getting those needs met because they've got them met with you. So all they need to do is go and get others. And that fills them up. That makes them feel amazing. So this is why they do not want to lose you. This is why it's very, very important for you to remember that they want to keep you trapped in this dynamic, because this is what you are providing. Please don't underestimate that. Okay, and they picked you for this specific person, okay, purpose rather, so that you give that to them. They're not going to pick the other people that they're talking to or flirting with or whatever. These are backups, okay? They picked you for a specific reason, and it was literally so that they knew, because you were a good person, they knew because you're compassionate, that you were never going to leave. And my friends, please don't get this confused, because this is psychological dependency. It's not love, it's dependency. Kind of, let's just say it, kind of like a trauma bond to you, because they're looking to get their needs met. They want that. So they're going to hold on to you, whether they are nasty to you, because they know that you're not going to go. They know they've got you secured. They know that if they are their real selves, and the more that they push those boundaries, you aren't going to leave. So this is the dependency that they have on you. Another thing you've got to remember is that narcissists don't attach to people. They attach to roles. And you played a specific one. You were the mirror, you were the healer, you were the grounding force, you were the safe base. When they lose you, they lose that role. Not just the person, they lose that role. And the thing is, what you've got to remember is that the new supply very rarely hits that same role, because everybody is different. Okay, maybe over time that new supply could get into that role and be that person, but again, that is a 50-50 chance, and you've got to invest time. And you know, narcissists, what they want is everything to be easy. They want everything to be there on a plate. They don't want things to be hard. Okay, they don't want to work for it. Being nice for them is difficult. So they want this all laid out, all nicely, you know, right in front of them. So it makes it easier if you stay. Makes it so much more validating if you stay. And what you got to remember is, just because they're with a new person, the new person doesn't know what is waiting for them. And the narcissist hasn't got any guarantees that this person will stay and conform the way that you did. Why the new supply never fully works. New people excite the ego, but they don't stabilize the psyche. Okay, so what I mean by that is, you've got the idealization, then you got the boredom, because the two go hand in hand with a new supply. They get irritation, and then they compare that person to you. So whilst their attention is being taken by this new person, remember, they're trying to secure them. So they're trying to work out this new person. They're not really getting to know them the way that they should. How you get to know a new person, how you start to invest in a relationship. No, they're checking out whether this person will be able to replace you quickly, but also be able to put up with their needs and wants, and whether they can still trap this person into a relationship. And the thing is, when they have someone like you, because you were picked for this specific person, choosing another person is going to take time, effort, and a lot of investment. All right. I'm not talking financial, and I'm not talking emotional, but a lot of time has to go in to make sure that this new supply is exactly what they are looking for. So again, narcissist doesn't have the guarantee of whether this really is going to be that person, because they don't want the new supply for a short period of time. They want them for longevity. If they've lost a primary supply, aka you, they're going to be looking to replace you ASAP. And I know that the narcissist knows that over time, because they've done this isn't their first rodeo, they're going to need to invest time in this new person. So it's not so easy. You become the benchmark, whether you like it or not, or whether you know that or not. So they compare this new person to you. They kind of think, well, if they did it, why can't the new person do it? That's what they think. They think, if you were able to do it, why can't this other person be able to do it? So this is why hoovering actually happens. This is why hoovering happens. Yeah? Because they know who you are. They know, okay, what you stood for and what you provided to the narcissist. Oh yes, my friends, this is exactly what they're going to be looking for. And so that's why they get in contact with you again, because like, you did all these nice things for them. So if you love them once, you can love them again. The narcissistic wound that you triggered, whether you know it or not. The thing is, you saw behind the mask. You saw it, you knew. And that's why you've gone. And that's why you're taking your time to work this out. You know. The narcissist knows that you know, because you're different. You're not the same. You're very different. And you see that for the narcissist, this is very terrifying, because in some way they believe that they've lost you, that you've gone, that you're not going to be coming back, you're not going to be dealing with their fiasco anymore. And this creates shame, narcissistic injury, ego collapse, even if it's hidden. Okay, because what you're doing is you're exposing all of those needs that are unrealistic. And the narcissist knows that when it exposes, it means that it opens them up. It means that you see it. They were trying to hide this so much from the outside world. And you see, the thing is, they've just exposed themselves. This is their biggest fear. They don't like this. And what happens is they can't move on from what you exposed. Okay, so let's not beat this round the bush. Let's not beat this round the bush. Control is the real addiction here, okay? Let's not all get lovey-dovey about this, because this really is about control. This is the raw addiction that we are talking about here. Narcissists don't miss the intimacy. Believe it or not, they miss the access that they had to you. Losing you means loss of influence, loss of power, and a loss of emotional leverage. They replay you to gain a sense of control. Yeah? So that isn't love. This is about controlling the narrative. Again, why? Why do they do it? They do it because they want to keep you trapped. They want to make you stay, because you stabilized them. You gave them that confidence. Okay? They secured you. They want you to stay so they can go out and venture and do whatever they want over here. That's why. This isn't love. This isn't about love. This is about something completely, entirely different, right? What you got to understand is that narcissists don't recognize love in the same way that me and you do. Those needs are never met. They are suppressed, and they have been suppressed from childhood, all right? So you wanting love, to build this relationship, wanting something from them. They just want control over you so that you don't ever leave. They know that once you see through the mask, okay, you're going to go. And that's exactly what has happened. Like I said, this isn't their first rodeo. They know that people are not going to put up with this. So, my friends, remember this. You don't need closure from somebody, okay? You already know what is happening. The closure is, all right, is that they couldn't step up to the mark in this relationship. They always let you down. They weren't good enough for you. And that is what you've got to remember. They weren't for you. They weren't what you needed and wanted. So why should you minimize your needs? What, you're going to be an emotional slave for this person and keep giving? And then what about you? What about you? Where are your needs? This is where you need to circle this back, okay? And you need to understand that they were fragmented and that this wasn't real. And if you are someone that is going through this and wants to talk this through a little bit more, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below for more details. I do have availability at the moment. Also, I do have a mentorship if you want some sort of coaching and being able to level up your mindset. Again, please see the description box below. Guys, if this has resonated and if you have enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.